It's almost July, and I realized that we almost went an entire month without hopping into a Dynasty rookie mock draft. Now, y'all know January through May, this is the only thing I care about. This is the only thing that I think about. But it gets a little bit different whenever we are, in June, July, August. Then we have to start thinking a little bit more short term. We have to start thinking a little bit more about what these guys are actually going to do in 2023. So I want to try to hit the reset button. I want to try to go back to thinking about what these players should look like from a long-term perspective. So as I get the link out for everybody to join this draft, let me remind you, drop a like on the live stream if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football. And of course, if you want to roast me for any of these picks, you're more than welcome to do so down there in the comment section below or the live chat. See, we have Trent and Bobcat out here. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. And real quick side note, I just sent the link to join this in the flockfantasy.com Discord chat, giving them first dibs on getting in here. I'm going to send that link also in the live chat of this stream right now. So sent that out. As we wait for people to join in, I will show y'all that Underdog obviously has drafts already, and these are the drafts that we are getting in every single day. Essentially, we have not missed a single day of live streaming since April on the Flock Fantasy YouTube channel. So you already know, the massive tournaments that they have on Underdog. Best ball drafts, so no time commitment at all during the season. So I drafted 700 teams and won $150,000 last year. They have Best Ball Mania, which launched back in April. It's a $25 buy-in. $15 million prize pool. Hell, $3 million for first place. We're hoping we win that one this year. And they just launched a new weekly winners, which is a $15 buy-in, $3.5 million prize pool, and weekly payouts every single week of the season. $20,000 for first, $10,000 for second, $9,000 for third, $8,000 for fourth, all the way down the line. We're going to get into some of those drafts later on, not here, but on the Flog Fantasy YouTube channel. And also you can find all the player props, right? So if you wanted to go and look at a rookie player prop here, you can search up Bijan Robinson. And if I know how to spell Bijan, we'll find it. And right now, Bijan is sitting at about 1,100 rushing yards. But it looks like this draft is filled, so we can stop stalling. Let's go ahead and let's get this going. We're going to be picking at 6. So pretty excited at 6. There's a reason I chose it, and it's because we will get our guy Jackson Smith-Njigba more likely than not. So going to be super excited about that. And as we wait for the first pick to go off the board, of course, if y'all want to get into one of those drafts, which we're doing every single day on the live stream, if you want to go check out any of those player props, Underdog's available in damn near every state. Here's the map where everything's available. And if you sign up with promo code FLOCK, they're going to match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Plus, you're going to get my 2023 Dynasty Fantasy Football rankings and a free trial to flockfantasy.com. Find the link in the live chat description comment section. So here, pick 1, you have Bijan Robinson, 101. Anthony Richardson goes off the board at 2. So no big surprises there. I actually have my updated top 24 rookie rankings coming out in a video tomorrow. And it's exactly what you see with the first 4 picks now in Bijan Robinson, Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, Jahmyr Gibbs, CJ Stroud. Yeah, so this is going exactly how our rankings are. We're going to go ahead and take Jackson Smith-Njigba as 6. In my mind, the easy wide receiver 1 in this draft class. Someone that's one of the best wide receiver prospects we've ever seen since we started collecting our data back in 2014. Now, Addison goes before Johnson. We talk about this a little bit more in the video tomorrow, but this is something you're seeing a lot in like 2023 underdog drafts, for instance, where Addison is the better short-term situation. So you're going to notice that Addison in 2023 drafts goes well ahead of Quentin Johnston. But if you're thinking of the long-term situation for these guys, hell, Quentin Johnston is going to be tied to Justin Herbert. 2 years from now, who knows if Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler are even on the Chargers. Whereas with Jordan Addison, 2 years from now, who knows who the quarterback will be in Minnesota, and you still have Jefferson and you'll still have TJ Hawkinson. So I definitely prefer Johnston over Addison in Dynasty, even if people would go vice versa in redraft. And yeah, you have Devon Achane going ahead of Zach Charbonnet. I am just going to go with the player that I think is the better prospect. I'm going to go Zach Charbonnet over Devon Achane here. Just in general, I'm going to be much lower on Devon Achane than most people. I mean, time and time again, in my mind, we've seen people overrate a rookie running back given the situation that they are stepping into day one. Whereas I would rather bet on the overall prospect profile. Okay, so Kendre Miller off the board, 202. I should probably go ahead and pull up my rankings, right? I mean, hell, if we have our rankings on flockfantasy.com, we should probably take advantage of those so we don't have to sit here and fly blind and have to think on the fly here, but okay. Blah, blah, blah. Lunar asking if we use scripts for our videos. No, I do not, my friend. That would be impossible for me to do that. How many videos I record for me to write a script for them? That'd be very, very difficult to do, my friend. Okay, Roshan Johnson, Michael Mayer, Kendre Miller, all off. Josh Downs goes, so our target's still there, and Rashee Rice. We're going to go ahead and take Rice. Not going to think twice about it. Yes, not necessarily the best prospect you're going to see, but at the end of the day, if you're looking at the situation that he has, he could potentially be the wide receiver 1 for Patrick Mahomes this next season and beyond. I mean, hell, he was drafted in the 2nd round. I think as a prospect, he's honestly kind of better than someone like Jonathan Mingo and about equivalent to a lot of the other guys that you have in this range. So even if his situation's better than all those round 1 wide receivers, those round 1 wide receivers are a tier ahead of him as a talent. So we can't draft Rice over Addison, Johnson, Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith, and Jigba based off situation at this point. But what we can do is we can say, well, come on. I mean, at the end of the day, all the wide receivers in this range are about the same from a talent perspective, so might as well go get the guy that has the best situation. Juice says, how do you feel about Tyler Kraft? I do not think Tyler Kraft will be anything this next season, my friend. Do not think. Smelly says, I can't find the weekly tournament on Underdog. I'll pull it back up for you, my friend. I mean, it literally was just on the homepage for me. I didn't even know it dropped. Yeah, so if you go to the homepage on Underdog, it'll be right there next to Best Ball Mania, the Chihuahua Bet Superflex. So obviously, they have the $4 buy-in, $250,000 Superflex tournament. Yeah, but should be the first one you see there. And we will definitely get into some of those drafts at 6 p.m. Central today on the live stream. And we're going to be doing those literally every single day until the season starts. Okay. Okay, Brandon says, you give awesome advice. Won my leagues a first year because of your draft strategy. Thank you so much, my man. And congrats on winning your league. Okay. Lunar says, do you have any early strategy ideas for weekly winners? We'll talk about this a lot on the Flock Fantasy live stream. To be honest with you, I don't really know. I think here you probably go a little bit heavier wide receiver build, but I'm going to have to think about it a little more. I mean, this literally just dropped. We've never seen a tournament ever like this. Tank Dell goes 304. Okay, I think we're going to get... We'll see. We'll see. Hendon Hooker goes. Hendon Hooker actually was my favorite player here. Okay. Okay, come on, Mason. The guy that we actually have right up here at the top of our rankings, actually, no, he's already gone, Cedric Tillman. I was going to say we could look to go Tillman, but he's pushed up, so might as well take the tight end that has draft capital that's in an okay situation. Not a believer in taking someone like Zach Evans. Just really don't see the point if you're looking at a running back that didn't have a strong prospect profile that falls to day 3 of the NFL draft. So we'll take a tight end here in the 3rd round and send up a prayer that it can turn into Pat Frymuth. But obviously, I mean, these 3rd round picks are just complete long shots, right? I mean, if you're going to be looking at Kayshon Boutte, right now Boutte at the 308 is looking like someone he could get straight up cut from the New England Patriots before the season even starts. So, I mean, here, this point, every player is going to be a long shot almost regardless. So we'll take that long shot on a tight ends. I definitely would prefer like Shoemaker here at the 306 compared to Samuel Porter with where he generally goes in these drafts. Okay. Derek says weekly winners doesn't show up for me either. I believe they just dropped this like literally 10 seconds ago. Maybe if you're looking at your app needs to be updated. I don't know, my friends. But yeah, if I look at this, they drop weekly winners 10 seconds before we started this live stream, and there are already almost 600 entrants in it. In what, like 5 minutes? So they're averaging like 100 entrants a minute, my friend. I'm pretty sure it's going to be there. Okay. Now we have Michael Wilson off the 312. Snakehead Schultz, his thoughts on Puka, really not interested. I mean, I don't necessarily think his prospect profile is that strong. He's a day 3 pick. Yeah, I'm not in on him. If you wanted to be, I understand why. I know a lot of other people are. Smelly says he had to update Underdog. Okay, I guess if you don't have Underdog updated, then maybe it's not going to show up. Okay. Gucci Broomstick says, didn't even know people were still doing rookie drafts. Yeah, this is our first rookie draft we've done since May. Figured that maybe some people are still doing them, so go ahead and get this out for people. So Puka off the board here, 403. Luke Musgrave, 404. So he is the rookie tight end in Green Bay with some actual capital. Obviously, Tucker Kraft is someone that, I mean, goes a little bit later, but people are a little more excited about him. We just had the question about him earlier in this live stream. We're actually going to go Dwayne McBride here. With McBride, I mean, obviously it's nice to see Dalvin Cook no longer on this roster, but to be completely transparent with you, McBride is a running back that doesn't have much upside, right? This is a running back that is never going to catch the ball. This is a running back that's almost exclusively going to be a first and second down option. So it's tough. It's tough. Vin says, I got a league that does not do a rookie draft until right before the season, like it is redraft. That's what I've had a dynasty league like that before. And I know a lot of people play in leagues where their rookie draft isn't until August, isn't until September. I mean, every single rookie draft that I have is either late April, early May. But I know there's some other people that wait a while to do it. Now, Tyler Scott goes 4-9. Braxton Strange goes 4-10. I mean, Evan Ingram doesn't have a long-term deal there in Jacksonville, so maybe that could be a nice pick. Some people are telling me that they think Clayton Tune's going to actually end up starting this next season. But we're done here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start a new draft to let everybody else get in, and that way we can get a couple different drafts going underway, right? That way we can get a couple different data points for y'all, for those people that still have not done their draft yet. And this one, I'm going to give us the luxury of getting my guy, Hook 'em Horns. We are going to get Bijan Robinson here. Let me grab a link to this and send it out in the live chat. So if you want to join, it's going to be the sleeper link in the chat right now. Okay. Nicholas says he wants one quarterback. Okay, we'll do a 1 QB. We'll do 1 QB for everybody here. How about that? Let's go ahead and let's switch this around. Okay. This is going to be a 1 quarterback draft, ladies and gentlemen. A 1 quarterback dynasty rookie draft. I know we have a lot of people asking for 1 QB drafts. From now on, how about we do like a super flex, then a 1 QB? Super flex, then a 1 QB. And there are 2 spots left available for anybody who wants to join. It's the sleeper link in the live chat. You got pick 9, you got pick 11. So do with that what you will. Well, I'll see what you can. I'll see what you can. And pick 11 still open. Regal Traveler takes it. We are going to get this going. We are going to take Bijan Robinson off the board there at 1. Not too much to discuss, right? I mean, hell, if you were looking at this, really the only thing we can ask is what's the expectation for Bijan Robinson coming into this next season? If you're looking at the player props that you have right now on Underdog, I mean, Bijan Robinson is at about 1,100 rushing yards. They have Bijan Robinson for the same amount of rushing touchdowns, slightly fewer rushing yards than Jonathan Taylor. But at the same time, keep in mind, Bijan Robinson is going to be much more involved as a pass catcher. So, I mean, people already have Bijan as a top 5 running back just this next year. Anthony Richardson going off the board at 4. I mean, right now, expectations going into this next season are Anthony Richardson is the top 10 quarterback in fantasy based off his redraft ADP. But to take him over Addison, to take him over Johnson, that's not something I can do. You have Zay Flowers continuing to fall in this draft. Zay Flowers makes it to the 109 after Zach Charbonnet, after Dalton Kincaid. Super interesting. Very rarely will you see Zay Flowers make it this far. Condre Miller goes 110. Devon A. Chin goes 111. We may get our guy here. Let's see. I'm going to cue this up. I'm going to be going. Actually, let's be quiet. Let's be quiet. Rashee Rice goes. Rice was our guy. Now that Rice is off the board, we'll go ahead and we'll take Bryce Young at the 201. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased. Y'all know I got to interview both Bryce Young and Bijan Robinson at the NFL draft. So, yeah, I'm rooting for these guys. I'll definitely say that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if we're looking at Bryce Young at the 201, out of all these players that I think could turn into a first-round pick in terms of their trade value in 2024, Bryce Young is a better shot than Roschon Johnson, than Tank Bigsby. Matt says, would you rather have the 207, 211, or Zach Charbonnet? Zach Charbonnet easily. Jonathan Mingo finally off the board, 204. CJ Stroud goes 205. Michael Bayer, 206. Not too many surprises here. I do like the value with Jaden Reed. I mean, I just think that in general as prospects, like Rice, Mingo, Reed, Downs, and Mims are all about the same guy. So it really just comes down to what situation you like there. And I'd actually say, let me rephrase that. All those wide receivers are a tier ahead of Jonathan Mingo. I think Mingo's at the bottom of that list. Marvin Mims goes 210. Hyatt goes 211. We get an easy pick. Yeah, we get an easy pick. We're going to go ahead and take Josh Downs here at the 301. Now, one thing that's a little concerning is if you're looking at expectations for Downs this next season, I mean, right now, Josh Downs in underdog drafts is pretty much not being picked. Like, if we're looking at the ADP that you have with some of these wide receivers for this season in particular, Downs is wide receiver 87, ADP 207. Rice is wide receiver 64, ADP 142. Mingo is wide receiver 62, ADP 138. And who else do we have here? Reed is wide receiver 70, ADP 161. So you are seeing Josh Downs go significantly behind all those other players. But, I mean, as a prospect, I actually think Downs is maybe a little bit better, but definitely at minimum in the same tier. It's just the situation's not as good as what you'd have with, like, Jaden Reed, Jonathan Mingo, Rashee Rice, right? But, I mean, should Mingo go at the 204 while Josh Downs goes at the 301? I don't think so. I think these guys are very comparable. Okay. Now, Michael Wilson off the board, 306. I don't know if I took Wilson in any drafts this year. Now, Izzy off 307. Kind of funny that everybody hyped up Izzy going into the NFL draft. He finds himself in an okay situation. I mean, I'm sure that nobody here was thinking that he was going to immediately land as a starting running back. But, I mean, yeah, he lands on a depth chart that's relatively empty behind someone that has a torn ACL, and nobody's in on him anymore. So, I mean, right or wrong, really up to whatever you think on that front. But Deuce Vaughn, Zach Evans go off the board here at the end of the third. Do we take McBride again and make just a very boring selection? I think we probably do. Let's go ahead and take Dwayne McBride in the 4th round again. I mean, it's just with no Dalvin Cook here, right? You're on a depth chart where the running back 2 slot right now is relatively open. I'd say most people are expecting Dwayne McBride to most likely be the running back 3. He doesn't have much upside, but it's the 4th round of a 1-quarterback rookie draft. What are we expecting here? What are we expecting? Okay, Tucker Kraft goes 403. Let me know who you would rather have in the live chat. Would you rather have Tucker Kraft or Dwayne McBride? Kraft or McBride? Sean Tucker, a player that I thought I was going to be in love with going into this year's NFL draft until the medical reports come out saying, okay, yeah, this guy's undraftable. Sean Tucker is like very similar to what you actually have with, I'd say Justin Ross in last year's draft, right? Where you're looking at the prospect profile saying, oh, hell, this guy's exciting. This guy has some upside. Let's see how the medicals clear out. And then the medicals scream, stay away from this guy, stay away from this guy, stay away from this guy. Okay, Kraft as a Packers fan, McBride, Darnell Washington. Okay. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Thanks for the feedback. Eric Gray goes 407 with the holdout of Saquon Barkley. And real quick, we're about to hit 50 likes in this live stream. If you have not done so already, go down there, drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football. And let me know if y'all want more of these rookie drafts. Maybe we can still do like one a month as we prepare for the season, because it is always interesting to see how these develop going into the year. But thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really do appreciate you. Really hope that I get to see you in a live draft on the Flock Fantasy YouTube channel at 6 p.m. Central pretty much every single day. I mean, hell, I've not missed a single day of live streaming over there since April. And yeah, we'll be in those underdog drafts. So if you want to get in a draft with us, find that link in the live chat, find it in the description. Use promo code FLOCK. They'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Get my 2023 Dynasty Fantasy Football rankings as well as a free trial to flockfantasy.com. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really do appreciate y'all. And really hope I get to see you in that live stream in about 5 hours.